All right, guys, today's Thursday. I swear it's Thursday, okay? We're going to talk about putting this all together and one more concept with this little setup that we have. Okay, when we came, we have a five-sided setup. All five of these sides are each a doorway, okay? Whether we come in that doorway and just go right back out that doorway, or whether we go into one of our next door neighbors here, or whether we cross the street. Okay, we've got 5 exit points. So that's after I come in, we've really talked about how we exit. Let's talk about one more thing today, and that's when we're in this safe zone, when we're outside of the system here. We talked about our breathing a little bit yesterday. Let's also talk about jiving a little bit. We don't want to be very predictable on what door we're coming in. So as I'm putting everything into place that I've been working all week, I want to make sure that I add this in. If I'm going to my right, for example, so say I'm over here and I start exiting to my right, I don't want it to be very predictable that I then come in that doorway every time. Sometimes what happens, or what you should be practicing, is when I'm going to my right, sometimes I switch and then all of a sudden I change direction and I go to my left. Okay, once you practice that a little bit, also think about giving this little jive. If I'm going to my right, I want to maybe continue to go to my right, but I don't want to be so predictable. So I'm going to act like I changed direction to the left for just a second, and then I go back to my right. I love doing this all the time. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go to my right, act like I'm going to my left, and I go right back to my right. Now, where we want to do that is right in front of one of these poles. This, when I'm right in front of one of these poles, you can think about that object in the middle being your opponent. You want him to not know what door you're going to go in. Am I going to go to my right and go in this door? Am I going to go to my left and go in this door? So this is your opportunity right here when you're in front of a pole to jive a little bit. Okay, change direction if need be. I don't want to do it so much when I'm right here in the middle of a doorway because it's pretty obvious that if I make a move right here, I'm just kind of getting stuck. He knows I can only go in this doorway. But if I'm right in front of a pole, I can go to my left or I can go to my right. Okay, so we can add that in and we can just play around with all the different things we've been working this week. I can go in and back out the same door. I can move over, oh, I can jive. I can come in. I can go out next door, jive, come around. I can go in, I can do a hard pivot and cross the street and work all my punches, okay? So we can work coming in and all of our exits, all 5 doors. And then when you're on the outside, get those feet moving a little bit. We can go around the pole, come back, make it predictable, then I make a pivot. Move, oh, jive. We're really moving our feet. Tyson switch there. Okay, so we're adding in everything we've been working this week. Any more questions? Let us know. We'll see you next week. Thanks.